Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the final flip through of the completely filled Christmas Day Cheer Junk Journal. Yay! You don't have to see them anymore. No. Yay! Let me take you through it, and then I'm going to build a playlist so that at the end of this video, if you want to watch all of the parts of how I deconstructed and reconstructed the book, you can see those in order in the playlist. The playlist I'm going to link in the description below. So I started off with 2 dangle charms. Well, I didn't start off. Actually, this is the last thing I made, but so here's one that has the little glass confetti in it. It's on a bulb pin on a bulldog clip. So it has those little pink stars, of course, because they match the cover. The other one is, wish I could get some better light right here. This one has 2 pieces. It has a yellow little fake crystal and a snowflake with some, what are those? Seed beads. Jeez. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this flip through in one shot and not have to edit it because that's the worst. But I'm going to take you through front to back, show you what's inside. So here's the front. We get the back. You can see here that I took that little golden spine that I was able to remove by heating, and I cut it down the middle. I used half of it on the front, half on the back. I used this fabric. Now this is distressed fabric. This is a Tim Holtz fabric, so that's why it looks a little distressy. And then some red rickrack to kind of cover up that seam. Same on the back. This journal has 3 signatures, and the pages of this Christmas Day Cheer book are in the book in order so that you can still read the book. Here is a little library pocket with a vintage Woodstock paper coaster. This has a standard library card in it. Why is there's goo? So that's extra. I'll replace this when I'm done. I'm going to set this aside and put a clean one in. Signature number 1. This is some heavier cardstock paper that I had. And like I said, the pages of the book are in order. I used a lot of red and green in here, a standard red, and then kind of a bright red, a bright green. This is a little pocket that I created with a doily. Here is a little journaling tag that I created that has just some mixed media. Got some red ink and some metallic spray stain. It might be foggy, I don't remember which one that is, but it's a silvery blue. This is the page in the Charlie Brown Christmas book that has the dedication. Each of the journals that I'm making right now has at least 1 page of the Charlie Brown Christmas book. I use composition notebooks for lined paper for the Little Golden Book junk journals, mainly because you just have to do a couple slices and it sticks together, so you don't have to attach 2 pages in order to get a full page to sew into your signature. I'm not sure if that's sign language. And then I use other pages as well. Look at how cute this is. It's ridiculous. This is some of that writing paper for writing practice. It has the middle line on there. This is a little cut apart from a Simple Stories cut apart sheet. This is that lime green copy paper I was talking about. each of the journals has at least one vintage greeting card in it. So this is the one that I chose for this. This looks like it is Tim Holtz sellotape, but it is actually vintage sellotape. Here's the middle. I'm leaving these just in case someone wants to tie on some dangles, but they can definitely be just trimmed with your scissor. Here's the other part of that card. This one is signed. A lot of the vintage ones that I used are signed. Here's a little tag that I created. Has a little pop-up so you can stick something under there, and a little label. I was not familiar with this Christmas Day cheer book before. This is the other part of that Charlie Brown Christmas dedication page. Here is a little envelope that I altered with some tissue paper. So we talk a lot, we crafters talk a lot about using clear stickers versus stickers that have a white border around them. This pack of stickers had, you know, some white space around them, but I used it on this tissue that was pretty busy. So it was like a little framing for the sticker. So I like the way that it turned out. So I still do pick up some stickers that have the white border around them for things like this. And especially if I know that I have something that is busy and I want something just opaque to kind of frame it. I have a little banner here. I use those pre-cut banners, a little number strip, and this one is a hidden journaling spot or pocket. So there's a piece of cardstock in here. This is just a tag I slipped in from a May Made It stamp set. If you're not familiar, May Made It has a bunch of different tag builder sets that are really fantastic. All of your tag making needs. This is one of the tickets that I used as an index card, or in a tab. I keep calling them index tabs. Here's a little Santa treat bag. I really feel like this treat bag is the star of the show as far as the add-ins. And then I just have a little piece of this handmade rice paper. This is from a napkin that I just used PVA glue on. Second signature has this collector card sleeve page. And so for this, I just loaded it up with some pieces that the recipient can use to decorate. It includes a little wooden, come on, try to get this out of here real quick. This is a little wooden vintage inspired movie poster. And then it has a vintage Christmas cupcake pick. Each of the journals will have a vintage Christmas cupcake pick. And these sleeves happen to have a pocket on the front and the back. I'm trying to do this from behind the camera too. There we go. Okay. So just some labels. This is a playing card, a vintage playing card that I made into a journaling card. And on the back, I have some more things. Looks like it's all stickers on the back. Some little cuties. This is vintage Mrs. Grossman's stickers. Here is a page from Pokey Little Puppy Christmas. So that, of course, is not this book, but each of the Santa or Christmas journals that I'm working on right now includes a page from a different book. This is a little envelope that I tipped in or flipped out. It is decorated with some tulle, a black doily, and this is a paper coaster. This is vintage as well, stapled on. And then it has the little pocket here in the back. And this is just another little journaling card that I created. Let's see if I can get this to go in here. There we go. I just have this out this way because I don't want it to drift in there and it to be forgotten. So in this piece of tulle, I just, cut a length, I tied it around, and then I put some staples on it so that it is attached to the doily, and then this paper coaster is attached to the doily. It really just kind of slips on to this envelope. It slips around it. Here is a new Grinch Christmas card. Each one of the journals has a new Grinch Christmas card. Just some graph paper. I like to use graph paper in all my journals. I try to always put a map page in every journal that I make. And so this one is from an atlas. And it's, technically vintage. It's like 25 years old. Here's just a little pocket that floating pocket that I made. I don't know why I stopped and said that again and overpronounced it, but I thought I should. Enunciated. Here is a little treat bag that I've had in my stash for quite some time. It is vintage inspired, but not vintage. Here's another tag that I created from just some manila tags, some Christmas doily, and these are stickers. They're like Denison label style stickers, and they come in all different colors. Come on, we got it. Let's do it. Another tab made out of tickets. For this particular one, I had the two pieces open. I stapled this piece, and then I folded it so that I could cover up the back of the staples with some glue. Here is the middle spread for this one. You may have noticed in the 3 signature journal, this middle signature doesn't have any of the regular story pages. Those are all in the 1st and 3rd signatures. Here's a little pocket that I made out of some bulletin board border. Here is a little tag that I picked up. This one is not vintage. It is very cute though. I just have him sticking out there a little bit. I like the way that the way he's peeking out there. Here's the back of this signature, the back of that Grinch card, and another paper coaster. This one is a little teddy bear. Here is the end part of that collector card sleeve that has a bunch of other stickers in it. This is an envelope that I created a pocket out of. Oh, that's right. I'm like, how does this work? So here is a pocket, but because this is an envelope, there's also a pocket in here, right back there. So kind of hidden. All right, this is the 3rd signature. It's got a belly band made out of the that Christmas light bulletin board border. This is a piece of vintage stationery with a little Christmas scene of mailboxes. I really like mailbox imagery for some reason, and I'm mildly obsessed with vintage stationery, especially like the Hallmark and Current stationery. This is just a altered flashcard that I created. This is a vintage flashcard, and I stenciled over it a little bit and put a sticker. So each one of these journals that I'm creating has similar pieces to this. They're not all exactly the same. There's another one of those tabs. Scrapbook paper, page from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, some washi. Here is a clear pocket. It's got some little, it looks kind of like snowflakes, and I put a vintage greeting card, or sorry, it's a vintage playing card that I created a journaling tag out of. Oh, maybe I skipped this in the front, but I love to put pages from typewriter textbooks in my books. I like to put parchment or tracing paper in my journals as well. That's tracing paper. It is like a vellum paper, only it is way more pliable and forgiving. There's the middle of that signature. Look at how cute. Here's a little piece that I created, an ephemera piece. I love to use a circle punch. This one has some cheesecloth behind it, and a lot of these I adhered to create pockets, but this one is removable. It's just clipped in with a tiny clip. And then back here I have another piece of stationery. This has a couple singing Christmas carols, I imagine. And that goes back in here. All right, so I'm going to put a card here so that you can click on it and go to the full playlist if you want to see that. And you can kind of go all the way through that process. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this journal. If you have questions about any of the assembly or the parts that I used to fill and clip and tuck, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.